answer because we know the feeling of losing and it's our next game, you know. It's either win or go home. And, this is the moment we've been looking for all year, the moment we've been waiting for. And luckily, we come into this team. And I would say full, motivated. And happy to be here, and I'm excited to play.
Did you watch Xavier last night? What do you think about the matchup now that just won the play?
Yeah, we watched the game last night. Xavier is a really good team. We've coached old, experienced team. Has great guards. We gotta stop them in transition. Can't allow them easy points. Stop them too much shooting. Just to be able to execute our scouting report and to be focused on 40 minutes.
March Madness is new to you. NCAA Tournament. Can you feel how big this is?
I felt it, I would say, last year. I watched my brother here. He was here last year. He was talking to me about it. Before that, I wasn't aware of how huge thing this is. Teammates have been talking to me about it. I have a very clear image of it than I had it before, and I'm glad that I'm here now to play.
Tommy, is there any comparables to like FIBA games you played in, or U18, U16 games you played in for your country?
I would say FIBA games are also similar because fans are really excited for the games there, and every game matters, especially here in the tournament.
Anyone that needs Coach Underwood, he's available out here in the hallway.
Fans are really excited for this. I would say it's a holiday. It's a holiday for the fans here. And it's a really great team together. The best teams from the country, and to play against each other, and that we're gonna get a winner at the end.
Thanks, Tony. We don't want to go home, so at the end of the day, just become playing one game at a time. We know what we got to fall on. We know what works for us and what doesn't. So right now, just main focus, just having the right energy.
As a young team, you guys went through a lot this year. What do you think you learned from those moments, those lessons?
That we all have the ability to come together and persevere. It doesn't matter what forks in the road came our way. At times, we went, some bad stretches, but towards the end of the season, we picked it up and figured it out. So having that right mentality and just making sure that in these moments and there's ups and downs, it comes with the game.
As you kind of reflect on those moments, obviously as a young team, you kind of have to grow up a little bit. How far do you think you grew as a team in those moments?
Seeing these guys from summer to now is a totally different 180. A lot of our bodies, our mentalities, listening, just having the right maturity when approaching the game has came to a different level. You can just see in everybody like Mo, Will, KJ, Tom, like the younger dudes on the team, they all just have a different switch for them.
So with guys like Tommy, guys like KJ, not even all the way down to the bench and that kind of stuff, when you have players that can play so many different positions and they're so versatile, how important do you think that is, especially going against them?
Going to the tournament, having versatility is huge. You can throw in different lineups for defensive purposes and offensively, especially with Tom, who can facilitate, and then you have like a rim, like a little mini Shaq like Mo down there at the same time, and then our guard play too is just through the roof. So like having different options for different lineups can definitely affect the team.
And what have you learned about yourself kind of playing next to KJ, kind of see what he can do with the basketball?
I didn't realize that. I thought maybe I needed the ball in my hands or something like that. But coming here, definitely can play off the ball and be definitely like a Drew Holiday-esque type of dude with pick and roll, skirting screens for the guys. So it definitely helps me, and then Coach Underwood's Tyler. He's helped me tremendously in that.
Ben, when you look at Xavier on film, can you run with them? Like 17 fast break points last night. They run a lot in Big East plays. Can you get into a frantic game with them, or do you have to play differently?
We love playing fast. We practice that each and every day. But they have a really good pace, so our transition defense has to be on P's and Q's to come in this game. I think, though, we'll be fine. We practice that, so it won't be that big of a deal for us.
With you and KJ, you mentioned after the Iowa game, it was important for him to step up and shoot those free throws. So just your relationship with him, trying to boost him up when he needs it. How have you approached that, and what have you seen from him?
I mean, that's my that would forever be one of my brothers for life. I love him to death. He's helped me in tremendous ways. I've learned new things from him just watching him in practice, guarding him each and every day. So I always just try to push him. I always want the best for him too. In that moment, it was just he didn't see the ball go through the rim, so it's like if you have a family member or something, like you're always gonna give it to him with no questions asked or no thinking about it. So for me and him, it's just like just like a brother type of love.
Super excited, man. Super excited.
What are you most excited for kind of taking in this experience?
I'm just excited to play on the stage. Obviously it's a huge deal to be a part of March Madness, so I'm super excited for that.
Do you have any early March Madness memories that you remember growing up watching on TV?
The only game I vividly remember was watching that one Villanova North Carolina game where they hit the game winner.
Have you guys done a pretty good job of flushing that Maryland loss away from last week?
Yeah, we've learned from it. We know what it's like getting bumped out of a tournament now, so we don't want to repeat that.
Is it good to finally know who your opponent is? I mean, you guys are sitting on pins and needles for a couple days now.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to know. Now we know. Now we know what to look for.
Will, we only saw it for 2 games in Indy, but what does the return of Morez, do you feel like, mean for this team? What's happened since he's come back to even practices and doesn't?
It definitely takes a lot of weight off of Tommy's shoulders having him. He's obviously a great teammate, great competitor. He's obviously just great to have on the floor.
As somebody who's been around, played enough basketball, played in enough schemes, why does the Tommy Morez thing work as well as it does for you guys?
Just having that much length on the floor, that much communication in the backcourt definitely helps. They're just always there protecting. They help us guards with rebounding and stuff. And
I think you got asked this in Indy, but what flipped for you? I mean, it just seems like this month of February and March has just been a real impact for you and taking you to another level. What do you feel like flipped?
Definitely just knowing my role, my confidence level, just being able to compete and play my game definitely helped me.
Do you point to a game where it was like, okay, this I got it, this is what it, or was it? Can you do that, or is it just kind of a gradual thing?
I feel like it was pretty gradual, but I think it started from Michigan State game.
The game in Breslin, or the game at home?
When we were there, yeah.
I'm committed. I think I had a pretty good squad. Already play hard as I can with my distance, be a great teammate. But yeah, it's definitely surreal being able to be out there on the floor. By the time I showed up this summer, and I got
family, friends making the drive up from Burbs or no?
Yeah, my people have great offense.
Yeah? How many you got?
I got 6.
Okay.
So I knew right away.
Get your jersey. Okay. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Whereas, why does the double big thing with you and Tommy you feel like work?
I like being on the floor with Tommy. I feel like it works because we help each other out, compliment each other. Like Tommy can be outside on the perimeter more, and I can be inside. Like they can't double Tommy, they're not gonna be able to double me because of Tommy. We help each other rebound. He tip it to me. If he can't get it, he's just tipping my direction. I'm gonna grab it, vice versa. I think he helps us out on defense, defense too. So being able to crowd the paint up more, stuff like that.
How did you handle getting prepared for last week and kind of going from 0 to however many minutes you were going to get? Not just from a conditioning standpoint, but from a basketball standpoint as well. Just getting back in there.
I think I did a good job.
Right.
So the hard part was being able to catch up on the stuff they changed when I went out. They changed a couple of things, so I had to watch a little bit of extra film to get understanding that. But I think I got it down. I think I did a good job with executing the stuff they changed when I was out.
Stay in the game.
A little different because it was my first injury too.
First injury ever?
So I broke the same wrist before when I was younger, but it wasn't in the season.
Sure.
So yeah.
How are you feeling? How's it back to full strength, or what would you say?
I'm good. I think I'm in full strength. Coach Fletcher ran me a lot this year.
Going up against a physical team in Xavier with a lot of old guys. As a young fella, how are you approaching that to go heads up?
Approaching it as a normal game. Go out there, do my job, compete, be the best team, be the best I can.
Has the excitement or the urgency that this is the NCAA Tournament, March Madness, had this hit you?
It's kind of crazy. Like, I was thinking about it last night while I was watching April, like Texas and favorite play. I'm like, dang, it's here already. It's crazy. I'm excited.
Morez, did they immediately? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Did they immediately look when you got the injury and they gave you a timeline? Did they immediately go Big Ten tournament? We'd like to get you back, or did they go day by day with you?
Day by day. Just day by day.
There was no. We think we can get you back by then. Putting that on the table.
Nah, we just focus on day by day, and luckily I was able to come back by the Big Ten tournament.
When did you start to get then? I guess in your head, hey, my season's not over yet. Like I can do this.
We had tournament like the NCAA tournament. We didn't know it was Big Ten.
Okay, so you guys were ahead of schedule.
Yeah. So. Yeah, we just focus on doing what we could do every day, red light, bone stem, hyperbaric, just doing our everyday stuff.
You mentioned this was one of your first injuries, like during a season. What was that like for you, just emotionally, to watch the guys without you, especially maybe like on the road?
It was kind of difficult at first, just sitting down there, like not being able to actually help. But I think I did a good job adjusting, being a great teammate on the bench, supporting the guys, talking to them. When someone gets up there, I'll pull them aside, tell them what I see. I think I did a good job being a great teammate on the sideline.
Thanks, Morez. Back to last year, like that first round game against Moorhead. What do you feel like in retrospect allowed you to have that confidence to come off the bench and make an impact like you did in that ball game?
Just staying ready to play whenever my name is called, whenever coach calls me. Practicing as hard as I possibly can every day, working on my shooting, especially playing against guys like Terrence Chandler, Marcus Damask, Quincy Garrett, playing against guys like that every day really prepare me for that moment.
How did you handle NCAA tournament jitters? That being your first NCAA tournament game in that kind of environment.
I kind of just looked at it as tried to look at it as like a regular game, like just another game in my career, just another step in the journey I'm trying to take with my career, so I really didn't feel like I had any jitters. It was just like as soon as the ball was jumped and as soon as I got into the game, it was just like it's time to go. Just go mode.
I was going to ask, how'd that go for you? Because, did you get out there and feel anything different, or were you strangely comfortable, like in pregame and all those things?
Honestly, I was strangely comfortable, for sure.
What has allowed you to kind of, being the only returning guy and having that experience? I know Bam and Trey have NCAA tournament experience too, but how does that help you going into tomorrow night, having the run that you had last year and being a productive guy off the bench in all of those games last year?
You kind of just know what's going to happen, or not what's going to happen, but you kind of know what to do.
Sure.
You know how to pick the energy up. You know how to get everyone in the right mindset of just trying to go out and win. And if we lose, knowing that it's our last game of the season.
How do you personally handle that? What Coach Underwood calls the reality of being done. Like just to know if we don't bring it, we're going home.
It's sad for sure. It's really sad. The reality of ending our season short, not going as far as we potentially could have. It's a sad feeling. But I feel like Coach Underwood has preached to us to kind of just use that as motivation. Push that as motivation as to not lose. Play as hard as we can.
As somebody who's experienced last year and this year, how is I got all the time in the world, Dre, but how is this team had just been different on the floor?
I would say we've had our moments this year where we could have been the best team in the nation.
Yeah.
And our moments we look like probably not even the best team in our conference. So I feel like within the past stretch we've had has been up and down, but our mindset in the last few weeks of practice we had coming into the postseason has been really good for us. And I also feel like our mentality has to change for the better as well, especially coming into postseason play in the March Madness tournament.
Walk me through what practice has been like especially coming off the Maryland game. Bam kind of said the next couple of days you're going to be pretty intense.
Yeah.
Walk me through what that's been like in Ubin.
Yeah, that's how they've been. They've been very intense. Just us going at each other, just making each other better, getting each other prepared for this moment right here that we have coming up tomorrow night.
Walk me through. You know, you're a second-year player now. You understand how to look at scouting reports and how to evaluate them and how to take them to the court. Walk me through Xavier, because now you've had only a couple of days to fully get into Xavier after they won last night.
Their team has got a couple of shooters. They got a lot of great scorers out of Maddox and Conwell.
Yeah.
Actually, Indiana native as well. But they got great scorers out of there. Out of them two guards, Sarah Mayfield is probably just trying to lock in on them two, making sure they don't have their games, they don't get their game off, locking in on all the other players as well, making sure they don't come in and give that impact and give them a spark.